There was a lot of anger that night, and unfortunately I didn't make it down to Dublin, but I was sitting here watching it and literally screaming at the screens in part of it. We knew the Minister for Health was going to reject the motion from very early on. She wanted amendments in it. Her feeling was that there was a lot of medical terminology within the motion that wasn't suitable to go into a motion for the Dáil. And that's fair enough. That's okay. There are certain things then that she felt, would be more a clinical decision than it would be a governmental decision. Again, that's totally fine and understandable. But where she really insulted patients was that she said that we chose to leave the country. And, certainly when I was 21, I didn't choose to go to Northern Ireland for a diagnosis. I had no choice. Nobody was going to look at me here. I had to go into the North. And, this is where the language became very inflammatory, and her, and again, her body language, her attention during that time was shocking. And I think that upset a lot of people. We know that they voted along party lines and that that's something that was totally to be expected. But what shocked me was one of the independent technical group, which are a group of independents who get together to vote with the government. One of their members actually did speak up for women, but then, of course, had to vote against the motion as well, too. So it was very, very interesting. We've spoken to some of the individuals afterwards. A lot of people have got in contact with their TDs and have said, look, why didn't you back this? Do you not know what's happening? And they've said, look, we know it, but with the government, the party, the leadership has said this is the way it had to be accepted. So I think it's a really good start. I think it was a very, very strong start on behalf of Sinn Féin. I think they listened to women and they listened to people the whole way around the country. I think they took on board a lot of the deficiencies that we have here in Ireland. And if nothing else, it has put a big wedge in the door and started the conversation. It all has to start somewhere. I definitely think it's a positive. But I think I've been doing this since 1998. That's a long time. So there has been some slow progress, and I know people want things to happen overnight. It is going to be slow, but we're making more progress now than we have in the last 25, 28 years, whatever it is. So there is hope.